and completely independent investigation. To ensure the independence, made independent discovery for total independence. And culture, if that's the culture on the bottom, you know, God help the culture at the top. Understanding the culture. The consequences of bad publicity. The consequences of bad publicity. Bad publicity of bad publicity. The most powerful men at Penn State, the most powerful leaders at Penn State University, Mr. Spanier, Schultz, Paterno, and Curley, the four of them, the most powerful people in Penn State University, are the most senior leaders at Penn State. It's most senior leaders of the senior officers of the university, of four other people who we would say are the major leaders of Penn State.
The Board of Trustees, as a group that has paramount accountability for overseeing and ensuring the proper functioning and governance of the university, accepts full responsibility for the failures that occurred.
We found no evidence that the Penn State Board of Trustees was aware of the allegations regarding Sandusky in 1998 and 2001.
Do you, outside of the four senior managers that you cite in this report, are there other people within Old Main or the board that you specifically believe played a significant part in helping to conceal these incidents?
No.
As the report states, the board was completely unaware of what was happening during the first phase, from 1998 to March 2011.
I would say that we feel concerned and misled in the entire situation. Though we're taking responsibility, we did not withhold that information. And so each of the individuals, I would say, have let us down significantly.
I don't think it was a question of asking the wrong questions. I think it was a reticence about sharing the information. It's not a question of, if we'd asked a magic question, these folks would have said, okay, we're not going to conceal what's going on. Now that you asked it that way, we'll answer it a different way.
You said you wished you would have pressed Spanier more. That one trustee who emailed Spanier wanted full disclosure, and Spanier knew that. Why didn't anyone back him up?
Well, first of all, you're assuming in your question that the rest of the trustees were aware of that exchange, which is an assumption. Excuse me, sir, don't interrupt me. I'll finish my answer, and then you can ask your next question. You're assuming in your question that the other trustees were aware of that colloquy between that trustee and President Spanier, which is not true at the time. I'll make the point again for everybody to understand. In retrospect, we wish we had pressed upon someone that we had complete trust in. The questions were asked, the answers were given, they were not complete, thorough, open answers. We could have asked more questions, but again, I want to say it's not simply a question of us finding a magic formulation of the question. We asked enough questions that if someone wanted to share what was going on, they could have shared what was going on. Am I clear? We were delighted as a board to have Graham Spanier as our president. We trusted him based on all external appearances. We believed we were being told what was accurate. In retrospect, we were not told what was being accurate. And so I am saying in retrospect, I wish we had probed more, but it wasn't, again, that there was any reason for us to not show the trust that we placed in President Spanier.
In hindsight,
In hindsight, we would have done things differently.